This is the CHRILLCAST Live. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
And I'm Andrew.
Andrew's going to shit on Xbox just because he can.
And Will just demonetized the podcast 20 seconds in. Great job, Will.
Wow.
Why can't you swear anymore?
Well, you can. You have to wait like 15 minutes. No, it's like 30 seconds. And if you do it in the first 30 seconds, it automatically will like just demonetize.
Well, can I swear in another language?
Sure.
Yeah, Shiza. There you go. He's going to...
You do bash.
Worse. Okay. You know what? Well, this was the Xbox Game Pass showcase, not.
That's been
Xbox
that way
console.
for like the last 6 years.
I don't understand why you're still making
record.
this comment. Nobody is disagreeing with you.
Yeah,
no one's disagreeing with
Who hurt you, Andrew?
I just love how you guys.
You know what?
Phil Spencer like broke into his house and
This is what happened.
Had his way
Andrew
with
bought an Xbox and he's felt burned ever since. That's what.
No, actually, I've never owned one, but I just like to.
We're gonna make you play Halo
fun of
MCC,
you,
and we're gonna
Will,
play through all the Halo games, and Andrew's gonna have to decide.
Right. Let's just jump into this because honestly, like, I'm excited. I like the game.
Hey, I was a little sad. Okay, let me just stop right here. There's two things that we're missing that I wish were there. One, some kind of an update to Halo. I know they put out the updates on Twitter, but my goodness, Halo should have been.
You're not being caught up on this. There's no way that was coming. No one knows happening.
No, I'm not saying that there's new Halo. I mean, there should have been something advertised.
There's a season 4 coming,
Halo.
but they dropped the trailer right before this because that's not big enough news to be in the showcase.
I understand. That's the problem. Okay, that's the problem.
Not really. I mean, honestly, Infinite is coming back. So I'm happy about that. They're finally making that game a game. It's like,
well, the multiplayer is finally a game. The single player has always been decent.
It's always been very good. We should play through that. There's co-op now.
I don't disagree with you, but I also want to get Andrew involved, and playing Infinite's not going to get there.
No, I won't play anyways.
Although
you're trying to make me get Game Pass. Or
it would be cheaper.
You can do it on Steam. Just get it on Steam. It's on sale of like $10 all the time.
That's not true. It's a full price game right now, Will.
See, Will, you're trying to
no. MCC is frequently 50% off, so I think that would.
It is frequently, but right now it's a full price game.
So,
anyways,
I can't do it. Okay. Perfect.
So we're gonna go. Stop, Andrew. Before my brain hates you forever, and we need to stop this. Okay.
It's already there. Go on.
Anyways, here we go. The Xbox Showcase. I've got the full playlist here.
I don't want to go this order though, because that's how they ended the show.
No, that's the full show right there. Hour 52 minutes. That's the full show, Will.
Yeah, I see.
Which, by the way,
the order that this is in, though, I don't want to necessarily do that order because. Whatever, just do it. It's fine. It's top heavy. Go on.
This is the correct order. I'm pretty sure.
Just start, Chris.
It isn't. But
long story short, I just want to start. Oh, you're right. It is backwards order. I'm sorry. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is just like all over the place. What the heck happened? It was in the right order earlier today.
I don't know why we're arguing this. Just go on.
Start. Just start. It doesn't matter.
So just for the record, this was basically the Starfield Direct. But it had a lot of other stuff. I mean, it has over an hour and a half, it's almost 2 hours long. Mm-hmm. That's a pretty big showing for Xbox. Like, they usually do not make it this long for a showcase.
They usually don't have any games, that's why.
Nintendo and PlayStation don't make it this long either. So, like, that's a lot for Xbox.
Well, it definitely is true.
Well, okay, in fairness, let's look at it logically here. Xbox did purchase a lot of studios.
Oh, yeah. They purchased... I looked it up. Is it like 22 studios now?
I'm not looking it up.
They now have the studios.
This is actually important because I was going to bring this up. How many? You can keep going though while I do this.
But that is now why it goes for this long.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it should be. I mean, if it doesn't, then they bought everything for nothing.
Well,
they have 23 studios now. I don't think there's that many more than PlayStation now.
No, they caught up to PlayStation. That's the important part. I mean, Microsoft has always had quite a few studios. But they got pretty barren in the Xbox One time frame. Because they used to have, like, for example, the company that made Age of Empires, Ensemble Studios. That used to be a Microsoft company. There's a lot of them like that they've killed off over the years.
Yeah, they brought new ones back, though.
Yeah, I'm not saying they haven't.
Anyway, PlayStation has 19.
Yeah, so they caught up and surpassed them by a little bit. But it doesn't matter unless you make good games.
It does matter for this, though, because they've only showed 11 first-party games. And there's at least 20. There's like 25 in active development. So I'm bringing that up just because they didn't blow their load like they normally do. This is a whole bunch of games and then nothing comes. There is actually more now.
Let's
Well,
point out too, that
and
they bought.
honestly, though, some of this stuff isn't first party, so there's that too. But
Well, yeah,
all right,
there's 11 first parties.
Let's roll through this. So Forza Motorsport, I saw that.
Forza's Forza. Why,
It looks great. I'm excited about the Corvette, but I don't care. Go on.
There's a
Forza's
huge,
Forza.
but stop. There's a huge audience for Forza. It's probably the best car game existing right now.
Is.
Yeah,
It's
but Forza is Forza. It's not like it's a new thing. Okay,
Yeah, they rebuilt it from the ground up. I don't know what that means because they didn't show any crashes or anything. But
all I'm saying is, if you like Forza, I'm sure you'll like the new Forza.
Yeah.
I did really like. Okay, Will, should we blow our load of Fable or should we move on?
I like how that's now becoming a term.
I mean, this is what Will cared about.
This is what I'm most excited about. Yeah.
Okay, so what did
you've
you
been
think?
Dreaming of? So
what did you think of the trailer for Fable?
I'm excited they finally showed it, and it's in-engine or whatever, in-game footage. I'm upset that it's not gameplay, and they don't have a date on it. The tone is right. I think it's goofy. I think the good British humor. I like the actor that they have cast as. I don't know if that giant will actually be in the game, but the guy who does the giant thing, that's funny. Yeah, the Balverines look super cool, and yeah, I'm excited.
It looked like Fable.
The tone is
high def Fable.
Without gameplay, I can't give you more than that. The tone looks correct. It looks like a fantasy world. If the rumors are to be believed about how this is not a true reboot, but it's like they use the tower to destroy the world post Fable 3. It makes more sense that he has like glasses and things because it'd be remnants of an older world there still. So I don't know what they're going to do with that, but I am interested.
He's also a giant.
He's also a giant. Yeah, some Jack and Beanstalk. So they've never done that. So it's good to see there's some new flavor to the game. It's not just a retread of the originals.
He's a giant that cares about his fruits and veg.
Which is hilarious. Yeah, like it's so Fable. I don't know.
He's not breaking the bones to make
very
the bread.
tongue-in-cheek.
All he cares about is fruits and veg.
From this, I didn't see much of the Monty Python humor that I like so much, but I did see some British humor, so I'm excited.
Wasn't Xbox claiming they were going to show gameplay footage of a bunch of games? And
they said, yeah. So what they said, there was no CGI, which is true.
It's in engine.
Yeah, it was all in-game engine or in-engine with cinematics, and they put it on the bottom of the screen, so you would never be confused.
Yeah. So
and that was just in relation to PlayStation just showed basically all CGI. I think they only had like 2 games that had gameplay.
But here's the thing: when your games are hitting critical mass, they're really popular, doing well. You can get away with CGI trailers. You can get away with theater base, basic theater. When your games are not hitting critical mass, and people have lost faith in your ability to output good games, well, you kind of need to show some gameplay or in-engine rendering, those type of things. So PlayStation has kind of earned lately the ability to just show trailers.
I don't think so. I think they've hit a lot of misses this generation. People just don't. They keep thinking about PlayStation 4
generation.
I don't know if I would say they've hit a lot of misses with this current generation. They just haven't released that many games.
They haven't done a lot.
So you need to release the games.
Yep.
To have.
I think what is there? Gran Turismo was very loot box heavy or microtransaction heavy. And then what was that one game that was supposed to be like super awesome that they launched with those like gods and monsters or something like that? It was just
I don't know nothing about whatever game you're talking about.
Yeah, it was one of the launch titles. It was supposed to be a huge deal, and it just wasn't.
So
anyway, sorry, go on.
I think my biggest concern, because we still don't know, is how much of Fable we're gonna get, or are we going to end up with, say, a Fable MMO with constant side quests? That's my biggest concern.
They have said it's just a single player game.
Correct, but Destiny is technically a single player game when you want it to be.
As a shared world, they have not. They said this is going to be in the vein of the original games. In direct response to how terrible Fable Legends was received.
They should still launch that. I'm going to be honest.
I think they should too, because that's a great Game Pass game. But
that would have been a great Game Pass game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you have anything
Anyway,
else
so
to say
again,
about Fable,
like,
or do we feel like we don't have enough
I'm
here?
excited, but I'm honestly the same place I was in 2020 when they showed the original CGI trailer, where it's like, okay, yep, the tone seems right, but I need gameplay.
Well, to be fair, the tone of the original trailer was just the fairy got eaten by the frog.
Yeah, with the narration. Yeah, it was funny.
Which is a Fable thing. That's totally a Fable thing. But
Yeah.
it's one joke. This one was like a consistent,
Yeah.
well-paced British humor styled video.
Which
is what you
it's,
wanted.
it's a longer tone video. Okay.
Yes. There's more to it.
I don't know why you're arguing with me. We're saying the same thing. You're just saying it's longer.
You two are in agreement,
Yeah.
so you might as well move on, Chris.
How did you guys feel about this reveal of Star Wars Outlaws?
This looks cool.
I
So
just Star Wars out, so
I'm
that's
also
my...
Star Wars out. Like, honestly, I freaking hate the new movies, which has really killed my desire to have anything Star Wars. But this, I know.
I mean, I will
probably
say that the
building stuff in
rendering
my
in this
head.
video looked
Hey,
good.
Chris, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna do what you. Can you let me speak, Chris? Can you let me speak?
Nope. I'm gonna turn some music on and play it over you. No, go ahead.
No. What was that one canceled EA game that everyone?
1313.
That's what this reminds me of.
Yeah.
No, this doesn't remind me of that. There was a lot of covered and shoot stuff there. This is like just more of an open shooter, open fighter, open. I feel like this is gonna be very Mass Effect style. Like choices, decisions, and things.
But what Will's saying is it has the vibe, not necessarily like the story vibe.
No,
not
this
the
is not as dark.
vibe.
This is gonna have like the new Disney humor to it.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, based off the tone of this, how do you know, man?
okay.
Because it looks like new Disney. That's
They're
why.
shooting people and killing people in this.
1313 looked like a dark and dreaded
Yeah,
wolf.
and it had
This does not
it
look
looked
that
like
way.
it had a really good that
This
looked
doesn't
like
have the sepia dark filter.
but also that previous game looked like it had the SOCOM controls kind of, which
This
would have
doesn't
been
look
really good.
grunge enough to be 1313.
No, it doesn't. I'm just Star Wars out, you know. I think
if it didn't have Star Wars on it, I would actually be more excited about this game. That's kind of where I'm at.
It's coming to Game Pass. So
well, I've thought the Battlefront games have been terrible, so
oh, they're terrible.
I'm
The
just
multiplayer was okay. There's just too much microtransactions.
I couldn't get into it. I know Battlefront 2 has actually come back now, but I still can't get into it. The Fallen Order game was actually pretty good.
I started playing that the other day. Did I tell you that, Will?
I think so.
Fallen Order is super fun. It feels like if you were to mix Star Wars with Tomb Raider or like Uncharted. That's what it feels like to me.
This game, I'm gonna agree with you, Chris, on the animation just is so bright.
Yeah, it's not dark like 1313.
It's weirdly like cartoonly animated almost.
Well, it's probably meant to go on with the successful Star Wars series outside of Mandalorian, which is the animations, the more animated storylines. What is it? The Clone Wars or the Ahsoka or whatever that is.
I'll be honest. I think as far as Star Wars goes, I think it was a shame that they made a new set of movies that sucked because the TV shows they've done have been significantly better.
And I will never subscribe to Disney Plus because of how bad the movies were.
Yeah,
I'm just saying the TV shows
I own
have been
most of the
significantly
movies, so like, what's the point?
Yeah.
If they were to wipe the slate clean with those shows, I would be much more interested in it.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think that, just 3 movies really 2 movies managed to do it because I liked the first one.
Seven was decent.
The only new movie that they've done that was actually good, in my opinion.
Rogue One.
Yes.
Yep, that was great.
Yeah.
That was actually like fantastic. I don't know how they managed to have that one-hit wonder of Rogue One and then fail at the other 3, because 7 was good.
I mean, Han Solo was terrible too.
Han Solo,
that was bad.
Soilo Green.
That was so bad. And then I don't know. The trilogy was just bad. They didn't go through. So
long story short, Star Wars Outlaws could be a good game. I'm just not excited for it.
I just don't think. I think my problem.
I could have been excited for it if Star
Wars
Wars was in a better place. That's where I'm at. If it was in a better place, I could
shot. It's a 50-50 shot as far as who the story writer is.
But everybody is honestly. Star Wars has been disappointment after disappointment, except Jedi Fallen Order, and when they announced KOTOR, everybody was super excited. But now that's kind of
that may not come out.
It's on thin ice now, so who knows what that's gonna be.
Yep.
Let's just say the fact that Disney's a player makes it all questionable.
Right. Okay, so Starfield. Let's just get this one out of the way.
Yeah,
How
I'm
do you guys feel
ashamed
about
that I'm
Starfield?
actually looking forward to this. I was hating on this game. I was like, it's gonna do really well because it's in Game
I know
Pass.
why Will likes it. Look at. Oh, whoops.
Oh yeah, well, starts out with St. Louis. I got really pumped about that.
No. That's not why Will likes this. Let's see.
You're not on it right now. You skipped.
I am.
No, you're on Star
No,
Wars.
I'm not. You're right. I clicked back too many times. All right. Okay. Nope. I said use of drugs. That's why Will's excited for this one.
Oh my gosh, that was a really slow build-up.
That was. Oh my goodness.
I missed the stupid preview like 4 times. So whatever.
I just think there needs to be a shaming of Chris for that because that was just terrible execution of the
Yeah,
joke.
you're terrible too. So.
I-
all right.
Anyway,
I was- okay,
not a believer in this game, and then now I'm
I'm
like,
still
this.
not.
I think this game's actually going to do well.
It'll
I
do well.
think this game is going to be potentially the type of game like what's that No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Except this game is actually ready to go from the get-go, but people are going to find out real quick whether it has content or not. So Andrew,
you watch the
you could
direct
be
at all?
right.
I could be
Maybe.
right. I mean, I'm just saying I have a fear that there's going to be a lot of empty freaking planets. Okay,
Well,
that's
that was
my
what happened with
fear.
No Man's Sky. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You could be right, Andrew. It could be the second No Man's Sky with nothing in it and a lot
Because
of
how many
space to
planets did
explore.
how many planets did they say there's going to be?
I don't remember them
so they
stating
did explain this.
specifically.
So there's going to be a couple main planets for each galaxy, and there's going to be mining planets, which is those barren ones you're talking about.
And there's going to be significantly more mining planets than there are.
You don't have to do those ones though.
I know, but okay,
I mean, there was mining planets in Mass Effect, and I still like that game.
Okay, but I'm saying they're talking about how many different planets there are, right? There's only going to be so many.
To be fair, Andrew,
this
how many
is-
planets in the galaxy do you think actually have things worth checking out?
Well, Chris says none.
I said things worth checking out. I didn't say
I
anything about
mean,
aliens.
okay, you're able to hyper speed travel to places.
As long as I can get back
feel
to
like-
Earth. No, I'm
I
just
feel like there's going to be a lot of planets that could potentially have life on them. Even in our universe right now, there's plenty of planets that are within
Nah,
suspected Goldilocks zones.
not true.
There's
I mean,
plenty.
there are Goldilocks zones. I don't know what you're saying, Chris.
Yeah, there's plenty.
There are
There's
planets like okay. Here's what I'll give you, Andrew. This is as far as I'll go with this one. There are potentially planets out there that, with the right amount of terraforming, humans could potentially live on those planets.
Okay. Here's
I'll
my
give you
problem.
that. That's as far as I'll go.
Fine, Chris. Here's my problem with the story. It doesn't tell you how fresh they are as spacefaring groups of people, right? It doesn't sound like it's
They
new.
They do talk about that in the original trailer. They said this is
They all,
basically
you also
early
didn't watch the
space
direct,
travel.
did you, Andrew? So
Okay.
some of these problems that you have are answered completely in the direct.
I just
If you
Andrew,
look
look,
at the
it's
direct-
coming to Steam. It's coming to Steam, Andrew.
I'm
If you
not,
look at-
I'm
if
not
you look at the
planning to
direct,
buy it right away.
The way that I feel about this game now, which is not at all what I was expecting, because I was expecting Fallout in space. I was like, okay, it's slow, clunky. Okay,
Well, that's
you
what
like
everybody's
Fallout,
expecting.
It's
It
fine.
will.
But if you actually watch the gameplay, it's like honestly, it feels like what I thought Destiny was going to be. We all know how that turned out, but that's how I thought Destiny was going to feel. Like the game, like the gunplay actually looks fun. It doesn't look clunky.
I think it's either going to be good or it's going to be complete trash. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be middle of the road.
Hey, Andrew, that's 90% of games these days.
Well, fine, but not usually from Bethesda.
Fair, yeah, that's a good point.
Okay,
Fallout
like-
76 was like the lone terrible thing in there.
It wasn't from the main studio though.
All right, how about this
Yeah.
new Xbox Series S? I don't think it's going to convince a lot of new people to get one necessarily.
I thought of
PC.
Chris immediately because I was like, oh my gosh, it's black.
1 terabyte.
Because it's
Yeah,
black.
one
That's why he thought of me.
No,
Yeah,
no one has ever said
Chris
that about
can
you,
only
Chris.
have black. Is it black consoles? Right?
I literally only buy black consoles. That's a
Yes.
fact. Which is why I would have got the Series X because it has a disc reader and it's black. I would not buy this piece of junk.
How much is this going for?
It hasn't said yet. I don't think.
No.
Okay, so
It
just
says
buy a
pre. Well, it
PC.
does say pre-order. Maybe it is. Let me see. See if they have it. Let's find out. Let's find out. It's that stupid country song, isn't it?
I don't know, man. You could get a Starfield limited edition
How much
Xbox wireless
will
controller.
The controller
but that
was
doesn't
like,
come with the
man, but I did
Xbox.
like the headset that they announced.
I
I'm
thought
not
the
gonna get
watch
it,
was
but-
pretty cool.
Oh,
Did
the
you see
watch was cool, too.
I was like, that's actually pretty neat. $349. It's already priced.
Okay,
So it's
$349.
$50 it's $50 for the additional 512. I mean, that's not that bad, but I still wouldn't pay $350 when $150 gets me the full blown Xbox Series X. No way.
Yeah, especially because they're definitely gonna be discounted for Black Friday.
Oops. I just killed the screen.
Yep.
Hellblade 2 sounds interesting.
Oh, I'm so excited about Hellblade 2.
I will never play that game. That is
Why?
demonic. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
I just
That is
probably won't play it.
actually one of the few games from Microsoft that I really had wanted to play last generation, the first one. So,
You should play that one. I don't own it, otherwise I would somehow loan it to you with the
well,
Xbox.
I would actually be willing to consider getting it on Steam if it's on Steam.
You should definitely buy it on Steam. I highly recommend it. It's an experience. Make sure you play with headphones.
I'll be honest, that game does not excite me at all. I know people really like
Why?
it.
It's because you just haven't played through it. It's hard to describe. Don't go into it thinking you're gonna like have any
Just
kind of
look at
really
it.
cool combat because the
We can
combat's very
skip-
clunky.
We can skip the Starfield limited edition stuff because let's be honest, it's just show
Nah,
it real
dude.
quick.
Nah, dude. I'm putting that on. Screw
Ugh.
you.
All right.
Just for you,
It's-
Andrew.
It's
Okay.
just a different color of a controller. I don't know.
I'm
if
gonna
No,
make
it's
it.
not. Don't they have the watch in here? Maybe they don't.
No.
Oh, that watch was pretty cool. That's what I wanted to
It's just a
see. I don't,
controller,
Chris,
man.
there's
I don't
only,
care about
there's
this.
only
I don't
6
care about
colors.
this.
Chris.
Yeah, see,
can't
you
get
don't listen to me, Chris, and then you're like, just go
right,
back
so-
up one right there. Yep.
Hellblade 2. Okay, I have no interest in this game. I didn't care for the first one. I tried it. I just
You
didn't care
tried
for
playing
it.
it.
Yeah,
Why
I did
didn't you
try.
like it?
I feel like that should be an endorsement to play it.
Yeah, maybe.
I just didn't care for it. It's a little dark for me, man. I'm just not a fan of it.
It's too dark.
Yeah, it's about mental health. It's really good.
Yeah.
Just play the game.
Yeah, I didn't care for
I
it.
have no idea how they're gonna make a second one out of that story, but it's very good.
This is the second one.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what they're gonna do after if you actually play through the first one. It wraps up, so I'm not sure what the second one will be.
Clearly, she went back to the mental institution and wound up in Hellblade 2.
Okay, that is not at all what happened in the game.
Just kidding, Will. Jeez. I mean, she does have voices in her head.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, when
It's in
you
the
play the
commercial.
game, it gives you the option of choosing what you believe happened, which is really cool.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Yes. So
So I believe that she worked at Subway, and this is all in her head.
yes,
Oh my gosh.
Just kidding.
I think Chris downloaded the game but didn't actually start it.
No, I did. I remember like opening up the game and walking through the opening part of it, and I was just like, "This isn't for me," and that was it. So I guess you're kind of right, Will. You're kind of
Yep.
right.
Mm.
I don't know. Not. It's not my type of game. It's got a lot of weird stuff going on here.
I mean, did you not like God of War?
I haven't played it yet.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, like, if you,
I liked the OG God of War. I have not really tried the new God of War.
I'm just curious on that because this is kind of what Xbox was trying to go for a little bit with this. I thought, but
Don't
maybe I
go in
interpreted
that.
it wrong.
Don't go into the first one with that expectation. I don't know what the second one's gonna play like, but the first one,
Not
It's
good.
although it's
different, but it's
Norse mythology, it's not the same thing.
Isn't it Celtic mythology, not Norse? I thought.
Oh,
it was...
yes, you are right. I think there is Norse mythology in this one.
Oh, okay.
I might be getting confused. It is Celtic. You are right.
And I mean, if you want to skip to the next thing, Chris, you don't really like this game. We don't want to give you nightmares or anything.
Yeah.
But
It
putting
doesn't
on
give me
too long.
nightmares. I just didn't care for it. My goodness. Okay, all right. There's a lot of nightmare stuff in
mean-
almost everything you read these days or watch or whatever.
Yeah, it just looks interesting.
I
That's
just
all
I just
would say.
watched
I feel
the
like
first
Chris should
episode of
like it.
Fringe all
You're
over
killing the
again.
false gods in this game.
Yeah.
Chris. You should be really excited.
I mean, we can go to the next game that.
No. Here's the thing. I just watched Fringe where people's faces were getting melted off. Nothing in this game could possibly be freakier than that.
Okay. Well, we could always discuss the next game, which
Yeah,
managed to
let's
sell
go
a
on.
ton of units in
All right.
Saudi Arabia. So
I don't know what you're talking
Gosh.
about.
Oh
But
my gosh. You say I'm going to get us demonetized.
Yeah, Andrew's doing his best to get us off YouTube. So there's
Yes.
that.
Oh, come on. You admit that was a good one.
Nope, I ain't admitting that live on
Oh,
the stream.
come on.
Not gonna
It's a
happen.
good
All right, here we
reference.
go. Nope, no, it's not. All right, here we go. Flight Simulator. This is the best. Like literally, I've read online. There is nothing close to what this game has done for flight simulation. This is the absolute pinnacle of flight simulation.
This update looks cool because you can actually do stuff like build things and rescue people and stuff.
I don't think you can actually build it. I think you can import 3D models that you've built though. So I don't think you can
there's
build it
construction.
in-game. I don't think you can build in-game. Because Flight Simulator's never allowed you to build in-game.
Well,
it's usually
look
you
at the
import
trailer. Like you drop off little things to make towers and stuff.
Oh, I thought you meant build planes.
No.
No, you're doing
Oh, yes.
activities.
Okay, fair enough. You can,
activities.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
You can do activities. Okay, fair enough.
Like crop dust.
Yes.
Okay.
Never mind. I understand.
And you can race.
I
in it
thought
now.
you meant you could build. Yeah, let's remake the planes race. I'll be a crop duster and fly around the world using the planes.
Here you go. See, aerial construction.
Honestly, performing rescues as
yes,
helicopter, one of those. What is that helicopter called that saves people? Life flight. Being life flight. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, that sounds like a kid show.
It honestly sounds like a character from Cars with
Life flights?
guided airplanes.
No,
Yes.
life flight is a real thing, and I
I
only
know
know
what
that
okay,
is.
okay, thank you. I think it'd be cool to
sounds
do
like-
emergency saves and stuff. That'd be cool.
It's a beautiful game, and it's very scenic and it's very calming. But I don't know.
It's not my style.
I mean, it's
Oh.
free on Game Pass and it runs on Xbox, which is phenomenal. I can't believe they got this to run. Because if you look at the requirements for PC, this game requires pretty high-end PCs to run.
Yeah.
Well,
the
it's
fact
all
that they
about the
managed
fidelity.
the fact that they managed to get this running on Xbox Series X at full fidelity is amazing. All right.
Yeah, I think it gets helped with the cloud a lot. That's gonna
Maybe.
do it.
So South of Midnight. I don't
So this is a
remember
new
what one
Compulsion
is.
Games, which is cool. So we didn't know what.
Is
we
this the
didn't know
one
what
with
they're
the
working
dude
on.
playing the guitar?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't care for that one. I
Yeah.
mean, it looks neat. It's just not my thing.
Because it's demonic. I feel
No.
like there's a theme here.
No. The thing is like, this style doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I agree.
Compulsion does weird looking.
Did they do the remake of Destroy All Humans? Was that them?
No. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
One
Never
second.
mind.
I don't want to misquote myself. I'm gonna say.
I just don't remember who did that, but this is a similar art style, and I just don't care for that art style. Plus, it's got the weird, like, almost like claymation with all the not jaggy like pixels, but jagged movement.
They did We Happy Few, which was a really weird
Oh yes, that is a strange game.
game. But it had a cool atmosphere, and I'm hoping with more
kinda
resources
like that
from
one.
Xbox, they'll make a better game.
I kind of liked that one, at least the idea of it. I've never played it.
I've gotten really into indie games and like just weird artistic things, so this is appealing to me. Doesn't this look like every other game in this list?
It doesn't, but it's got that, like I said, not jaggy, but like almost like frame skipping claymation aspect to it, which is bizarre. Like the animation is not smooth on purpose, and that kind of
He was a
bothers
pet
me.
possum. How could you not like this game?
Are you not listening to what I actually said?
Yes,
'Cause it
I'm
seems like
listening.
you are.
I'm just choosing to ignore it.
All right, let's get on to Avowed.
Okay.
Avowed
I'm
looks
surprised by
sweet.
this. Yeah, Avowed looks super cool, and it was not at all the art style I was expecting.
It's different from what they debuted at the last Xbox event they were at. It's almost like they're making two different Fable games.
I don't
This is
know
like a
if
dark
I'd go
Fable.
that far with it because there's no humor, but I understand from the art style perspective why you would say that.
It's like Dark Fable versus Fable. This feels like Dark Fable.
Yeah, this is just Obsidian making a better Elder Scrolls. Is what's happening here.
That could be possible. Maybe that's why Elder Scrolls 6 isn't
Maybe.
getting debuted yet. They're worried that they got to compete with Obsidian.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure. It's hilarious to me that they have Obsidian and Bethesda now.
Are they rivals or something?
Obsidian made Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was a problem, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that was a better game.
That's right. I forgot. Yeah, that they are probably internally rivals consistently. It's a good thing they're not making a space game, or we'd have a real rivalry.
They did
going on.
Outer Worlds. They made that. It was highly reviewed.
did terrible on the Switch because of how just awful and laggy it was.
Well, it's the Switch. Who cares? I mean, that kind of game, like, you just have to go into it knowing it's going to play really badly on the Switch.
Yes.
But I think Avowed looks good. It feels like somewhere in between Fable and Elder Scrolls, like almost like a Witcher. Almost like a Witcher.
I like how he's actually calling the magic from the books and stuff, and the way the magic does on the screen looks really cool.
Yeah, it's got some good animation. That's for sure. Clearly, they spent a lot of time. Yeah, and smashing.
This is coming out at the perfect time, though, because I don't know what the general buzz is around Starfield, but I feel like I'd rather just have a new Elder Scrolls game from Bethesda instead. So that's what this is.
Well, this will hold people over till Elder Scrolls actually does come out. You know what this reminds me of? Like Darksiders. It kind of looks like Darksiders.
I have not played that series, so I have no opinion.
I know.
Well, I have number 3 on my PlayStation 4 because I finally have enough space for it. So I'm gonna try it at some point. Darksiders is like Zelda, but like Witcher art style almost.
See, yeah, having the book out is pretty cool. I have to say that is a good touch.
He needs the words for his incantations. All right. I'm not gonna play this game, but if Will does, maybe I'll consider it.
Yeah, I'll play it.
This one right here surprised me. This was the biggest surprise for me in the entire show. Because it feels like
In
BioShock.
Exile. So In Exile, I believe, is the studio that does Wasteland, and also created Fallout.
Originally?
Yeah.
But this really feels to me like BioShock. That's what this feels like to me.
I'm all for it.
I'm a sucker for steampunk clockwork things. So,
isn't BioShock just like a horror steampunk, basically?
Yes.
Because this really feels like steampunk to me.
See, because
I'm sorry, BioShock.
My problem with BioShock always was that it was the aftermath. I wanted to see like heyday BioShock, and that's what this is.
Yeah, kind of.
Like this is heyday of a steampunk clockwork society, and that actually is way cooler.
Yeah, it looks very interesting. It got my attention, and I would actually consider getting it. Which is pretty hard to do these days because I really haven't wanted to buy anything.
Yep.
I would still want to wait to see actual gameplay. But...
Oh, I'm not gonna buy it day one, but I will consider buying it.
Oh yeah, no. This so far out of everything I've seen, this one actually looks the coolest. It actually looks the most polished, even to me.
I know a lot of people were hoping this was going to be a Fallout remake because they're like, "Oh, In Exile making a first-person shooter with RPG elements."
Like Fallout 1.
Yeah,
remade into like 3D shooter.
Yep. I mean, obviously, it's going to be an RPG, but
I don't need more Fallout games.
No, this is much more
Let's explore something new, people. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, look, it shows the height and the depth. I forgot. Yeah, control the future. Yeah, so you get to make decisions that will, wreck or destroy.
Yeah, see, this is way cooler than any Fallout.
You get to decide how bad Rapture gets.
Is this the thing of your dreams, Chris?
No. But it is cool.
Sideburns.
It is cool.
You can.
I'm gonna make sideburns.
I think you should do the mutton chops.
I'm
gonna make sideburns
for Halloween. For Halloween, you should just go for the muttons.
Look, if I get to be Atlas in this game, I'm going to make sideburns illegal.
Oh my gosh! All right, next one.
Towerborn. So this is one I, honest to God, skipped. I just don't care for this style of game at all.
What style is this one? I haven't seen it.
No.
Oh, maybe this isn't the one I'm thinking of. Oh, this is Stoic, but it looks like they're making a Final Fantasy game, so yes, I skipped this one as well. Yeah. This is not the one I was thinking of. But
I don't know if I would consider this a Final Fantasy game.
But, no, it's not, but it is at the same time.
It's not at all, but I'm going to say it is. That's what that
just hear me.
I don't like the art style already.
Banner Saga is a game I would consider playing, but this looks like one of those strange, like, amalgamorphs of old school Final Fantasy with like new school art. And I don't care for those style games.
No, this looks like just a weird indie game.
It's a weird RPG.
It's probably going to get its own following, and some people will like it.
I like Banner Saga. Banner Saga is really cool. So don't just write off Stoic Entertainment. But this does not look like anything I'd be interested in.
Maybe we could play it together.
Banner Saga or this?
Yes.
No.
It has co-op. We could play it.
That's what I'm saying.
Actually, Chris, you sure? Depending on how much it costs, I'll buy it. We can play it.
All right, then you and Will can do a playthrough.
And then Chris can just sit there and watch and ridicule it.
Fair enough. No, but Stoke Entertainment made a great Banner Saga game, which is basically Vikings mixed with Fire Emblem. And so it's a tactical strategy RPG. And basically it's a grid movement game. This is not. I don't know what this is, but it looks like
there's grids in it.
No.
They're showing grid.
The grid in this game is not the same as the grid in Banner Saga. Okay. It's different. It's not the same style game. All right.
Let's go to the... Well,
I don't care for this game at all.
Immortals is, but Payday 3 is after this.
This game looks like nothing for me. I'm not playing it.
I'm already not interested based on the... I don't like top-down like this that much these days. So.
I like top-down when it's Legend of Zelda, like A Link to the Past.
I mean, this is sort of like Hades, and then you have 33 players playing at once.
So I'm really not going to be interested, because I don't like playing with one other person, let alone 33.
Who wants to play with you either, Chris? So
yeah, you're right. I wouldn't want to play with me either. I'm a glory hog. I like.
I've already glory hog. You just got us killed in, door kickers like a bajillion times. So
yes, exactly. I stole the glory. All right, Payday 3, Andrew. Here you go.
That's gonna end up being super
this actually looks good. What?
The one that we just shit on.
Maybe. It didn't, but it doesn't look that good. That's the problem.
So when I saw the intro to this, I honestly thought it was going to be like a Joker movie from The Dark Knight.
So you totally forgot that Payday 2 and 1 were a thing. I got it.
I entirely forgot about it. I've never played
I saw
Payday.
The Mask, and I was like, oh, yep,
Payday.
I've never played Payday, ever.
I've never played it, but I was aware of it. It always looked good. I just never had time to buy and play it.
Let's just be honest. This is not a game that would appeal to me because I don't even like Grand Theft Auto.
Well, that's what this game is going to, start taking people from again.
Yeah.
This is going to start taking people away from GTA 5. So
I understand. I don't even like GTA. So, for me, this is nothing.
When are they going to come out with a new GTA?
They've already kind of pseudo-announced that 6 is coming.
I know. It should be coming. They've been,
milking GTA 5 for ever.
They need to launch GTA 5 to another system first.
All right, so funny story. This next game. You guys have anything else to say about Payday 3?
I mean, I think this is going to be pretty successful. I can just say that right out the gate.
Fans of the studio had to be excited because this studio kept making other games that weren't very popular, but this one's probably going to do well.
Oh, and also, this is totally going to finally, maybe cause Grand Theft Auto 6 to be pushed out faster if people really like this enough to stop playing online GTA.
It won't, but that's okay.
I don't know. I think it could.
Right.
Rockstar Games has just been more than happy to ride the monetization of the multiplayer. So.
Yep. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
No.
Chris's favorite game. Let's go.
Skip. There's no reason.
So this game actually leaked out 4 days ago. It leaked out on Twitter, and somebody else had it on. Literally uploaded this whole video to YouTube. So this wasn't exciting for
the studio. Put it on their Instagram, Chris.
Yeah, they accidentally. Well, I'm saying that it made it to Instagram, and then somebody else.
It wasn't really a leak.
It got reposted. It got reposted though a billion times.
So Chris.
So I was aware this was coming.
You're gonna buy this for 5 different consoles?
So that's actually what I was gonna talk about. I'm done doing that. I will probably get this on one console after there's a sale, because I've played Persona 3 probably unless there's something very. If this is literally just a remake to get new people playing it, there's nothing there for me.
Well, out of curiosity, you played the third one. Does it look better at least, or does it look exactly the same?
Oh yeah, no, this is done in 3 FES in HD looks amazing, but that requires somebody to know how to use the PlayStation 2 emulator on their computer, download mods from mod sites, and then actually know how to implement those mods to play the game. Mm-hmm. So this will look far better than anything you can do on your own, which is not the same case for Persona 3 Portable, which is what they previously remastered using AI upscaling. And that did not look very... B3P was a terrible decision, except for the fact they wanted to make a bunch of money right before they re-released it. So,
well, I'm just gonna say I'm proud of you, Chris, for displaying a version of restraint and not buying this for every platform you have.
Well, after buying Persona 5 Royal, I think 5 times, there's no way I'm buying this game more than once. Unless there's like a super sale, maybe I buy it twice for a portable and like a console experience.
How did you buy the same game 5 times? I'm like honestly,
I couldn't make up my mind. It is a problem. It's a problem I don't really have anymore. Like I've recognized now that if Atlas is going to do multi-console releases, there is a 0% chance I will own all of the console variations. So there's no point. Like I already don't have the PS5 version of Persona 5 Royal, so there's no point to trying to collect all of them. There's 0 point.
Until you buy the PS5.
Yeah. No, I'm done. Like when it was a single release per generation on one console, it was doable. But now that it's a multi-console release every time, it's not worth it anymore.
I feel bad for the studio because they've lost their most loyal customer. They might go bankrupt now.
I know about 10 other people that were doing the same thing I was, and
have they also given up?
They're also kind of giving up on multi-console releases.
See, they're going to go bankrupt now.
That's not true, actually, because they've expanded their audience to the point where they're making Game Pass money, so I think they're doing pretty well.
Mm.
Anyways, I'm excited for this because if they actually do something with it, they could expand the storyline. If they expand the storyline, I will buy it. If the storyline is exactly what we already have, I probably will hold off. Does that make sense? Like, for example, Persona 3 Portable added a new storyline, but that also released on the PSP like over 15 years ago. Persona 3 Fast added storyline to the original Persona 3, but that also released 15 plus years ago. So if they actually do something with the story to make it worth buying again, well, then we might have something to talk about. But as of right now, if it's just a straight up HD remake, I'll probably get it for one console when it's on sale. Anyways, I'm more excited about this, Like a Dragon. This is the Yakuza games, and they're basically like Japanese gang games in the style of Persona 5. So like it's not Persona. It's like fighting with Persona gameplay.
The Yakuza games have been fun. I've played a couple of them, but I don't know what the heck's going on in this trailer.
Have you played Yakuza Like a Dragon, the first one?
I don't think I played the first one. I played a couple. There's a bunch that are on Game Pass. I played a couple of those.
Yakuza Like a Dragon is an RPG style Japanese gangster game, and it is hilarious and fun.
It is really goofy, as you can probably tell from this trailer. But I don't know what's going on in this.
Clearly, he's got a lot of money and got passed out on the beach. So that's like the opening to the new.
He's also speaking Japanese, and everyone else is speaking English. So he's clearly doesn't know how he got here.
Right, and they keep having different things covering up his manhood because clearly he's naked. Anyways, she's like, "What the?"
Yeah.
I don't know. This has me excited. I probably won't buy this day one either. I'll probably wait till I get it on PS Plus or whatever, but it looked cool.
Yeah, it's interesting.
How do you feel about this crossover with Legend of Monkey Island?
I never played the original Monkey Island, so I don't know what this is, honestly. I thought at first when I said Lucasfilm, I was like, Star Wars. How are they going to cross over with Star Wars? But I'm super pumped. I really like Sea of Thieves. I went through and played the Pirates of the Caribbean, spinoff or whatever.
Yeah, that was fun. I liked that one.
I really enjoyed it. And then I've played through some of the Tall Tales now, and I really enjoyed them. So I'm pumped about this.
If you want to see Will and I playing through the Pirates of the Caribbean expansion, that's I think last year we did that.
Yeah, we did not finish together.
We finished the Jack Sparrow thing.
We finished like 2 of the chapters. It was much longer than that. The thing is,
I
realized after we stopped playing together that we were just being completely stupid and didn't understand checkpoints and shit. So there are read a guide before playing the game if you haven't played, because it is not super intuitive on some things, like the checkpoints. Like it's not like you don't just save where you are. You have to hit like mermaid statues, but it makes more sense once you get into it.
It was pretty painful catching back.
It's like the bonfires and.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're everywhere, and I didn't realize that. So Chris and I were like, "What the fuck? Every time we die, we have to go back to this ship. This is such shit."
It was painful. It was very painful. Anyway, Sea of Thieves was fun. It was just painful trying to figure out the inner
It
workings.
was super painful not playing the game the way it was supposed to be played. Yes.
Just
So-
ignoring design.
Yes.
When I'm reading now the title of this next part, I understand why it was such a big deal.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was
Well, as soon
Dune.
as I saw the Thopter, I'm like, ooh.
Oh my gosh. I did not realize that was Dune. That's so funny. So they added to Flight Simulator a Dune expansion.
Yep.
But since I haven't...
I would play this because I want to see the freaking worms. I want to fly into the worm's mouth.
So I've only seen the original Doom. So I did not realize that's what this was.
Okay.
Okay.
And I have not read the books either. So for me, this was a surprise.
I mean,
Because I didn't know what it was.
can you take the, machines and use them in non-Dune universe? Because that would be
I would
cooler.
assume you can because you can
I
definitely
think
move
so.
the other planes around.
Okay. Then, I mean, that's a cooler thing because this looks like it would be sucky to fly in. It's just an open desert.
Yeah. Am I correct, Chris, that they brought the Pelican into this game too? From Halo?
I think, yeah, the Pelican got brought in a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm used to the ships from the original Dune, like this one.
Mm.
So they look a lot different in
Well,
the
they have
original
that. The
Dune movie.
Thopters, that honestly matches the description of the book pretty well.
Does it?
Yeah. How it's
so
like,
in the-
it looks like a dragonfly.
You have to remember the version I watched was the 1980s version of Dune. I haven't seen the new one.
Don't watch until
So-
you've read the books because honestly, I don't know
I
what
don't
they were
plan
thinking when they
to.
made that movie, but you would be so lost without knowing the backstory.
Will, I don't plan on watching them even if I read the books.
Okay. Chris always
they
trying to
come out
find a
with
way to
both?
be a rebel.
Have they come out with the second movie? I thought it was just the first part so
The
far.
second part, I don't know is out yet.
I have heard that the movie is much ado about nothing. That's what
What do
I've
you mean?
heard.
Well, you've
I've
heard
heard
that
that
from
there's-
someone who hasn't read the books.
Mm.
I've heard that same sentiment that was very boring and nothing happens. And it's like, yeah, if you don't know what is going on, I can definitely think that because there's so much that they do not explain.
You
I
hear
really-
it here from Will.
I really liked the 6-hour movie they did in the 1980s. Mostly because I like Kyle MacLachlan.
I don't
He's the
know who
main
that is.
character. He's the guy. He's in Twin Peaks. He's the,
Oh yeah. I've
He's the
actually
captain
seen
from-
that version as well.
He's the captain from How I Met Your Mother. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he plays. Kyle MacLachlan is just a joy to watch on the screen. He's one of my favorite.
I will
actors
say
ever.
I don't know who the guy who plays Paul, Timothy Chalamet, whatever the actor's name is. I don't
Oh,
know what
yeah.
else he's in, but he, I think, is perfect for that role. You know how like some people are just like born to play a certain character.
Yeah.
That's him. He does. I don't like.
He can't surpass Kyle MacLachlan. Okay, that's all I got to say.
He
All right.
definitely does. As someone who's now that I realize which version of the show you're talking about, yeah,
Have you guys seen
Cyberpunk.
the Cyberpunk trailer?
No.
I'm excited about this.
They brought back Keanu Reeves to do the intro to this one, and he talked in a weird voice the whole time.
Yeah, he did. Well, it's Keanu Reeves. It's like every time I see him, I smile. It's stupid, but
So like this is neat, but like with how badly they originally released Cyberpunk 2077, I'll wait a little while to try this.
yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah, that's what you should do.
So, I mean, it looks good. Cyberpunk. So I've played what Cyberpunk 2077 is now, and it's decent.
Yeah, well, it never should have launched on the Xbox One and PS4. They never should have
It
done that.
plays on the PS4 Pro. I have 0 issues. So I don't know what your issue is, Will, but it plays just
Well,
fine for
I
me.
have a Series X. It runs just fine for me.
I'm sure it plays fine there. But the Pro, it plays just fine too. With an SSD on the PS4 Pro, load times are not bad at all. Game plays just fine. No lag, no weird drop-ins or fragmentation. Plays good. I don't have an
Well,
issue.
now I just heard that there was a lot of problems, which it's probably because it wasn't the Pro model that people were using. So
CD Projekt Red just has this history of launching great games in terrible states. Like with The Witcher 3, look at any comment on a blog from when The Witcher 3 launched on PC, and you'll find out just how bad that game was when it launched. So Cyberpunk, like everybody expected Cyberpunk to be this great game on launch, and I was like, dude, Witcher 3 launched terrible. Why would you expect that?
Yeah,
That's so sad when you think about it. That's the sad fact about.
That's why I didn't buy it.
Digital updates.
That's why I didn't buy it on launch. My mom
Yeah,
bought it for me.
what's crazy about Cyberpunk is, CD Projekt Red is an independent studio. They got really big for this game, but for Witcher 3, that was a pretty small studio still, relatively, and that's part of the reason why their games launched janky. I don't know about the second one, but I know like the first one was super janky.
Witcher 1 wasn't janky. They launched it with the old BioWare engine and did what they could with it.
So it was janky. I don't know why you always have to argue with me.
No, I mean
he changes the word.
That is the best game on the old BioWare engine. That's a fact.
It was still janky. I don't know why we're not.
It actually
saying
it's
a bad game. You're also playing it after patches, Chris. You did not play it when it first launched.
I don't know anybody that played The Witcher when it first launched.
Oh my god. Okay, go to the next one.
So here's the thing about The Witcher 1 though. That is a game that is getting a remake finally, but originally it was supposed to get ported to console, and that totally failed because whoever they were paying to do it just screwed with the money and didn't do it.
Mm.
Yeah,
so that should have been a console already.
The Witcher 2 was originally supposed to be The Witcher 3. They skipped a whole game.
Did they? I don't remember that. Okay.
Fallout.
Yeah, I don't know what this even is. Oh, this is Fallout 76 just relaunched again?
No. It's an expansion. This game is actually super popular, so we should probably talk about it.
I still haven't played Fallout 76.
It's fine. If you like Fallout, then now you'll like this game. When it first launched, it was just awful. But
I mean, it took them like what, 2 years to make it like playable?
No, it was playable within the first year. They reverse course hardcore on this.
I don't know. I still won't play it.
Yeah.
It's not.
I've never been a Fallout person though.
That's where I'm at too.
I feel like this game is like, if you like the nuclear industry, this is not the game for you, because you probably look at this game and you're like, wow, this is some pretty bad propaganda against my business.
Well, I also just don't honestly don't like the concept in general.
Okay.
The actual gameplay. It's not my thing.
So I didn't even realize this game was announced, this next one. So maybe one of you two can fill me in, because I don't know what this even is. Clearly it's not for me. This Capcom?
Oh yeah, this Capcom.
Look, it's not Dead Rising, and that's the only thing I want from
unusual
Capcom.
Games.
The only thing I want from Capcom is Dead Rising, and they won't give it to me. So.
What the?
Yeah, it's a really bizarre. It's like Resident Evil.
Just watch. This is like.
It felt to me like Resident Evil meets Japanese RPG.
I might check this out simply because I don't know what the F this is.
I probably won't buy it because it does not look like my type of game. So.
This is like the opposite.
Strangely enough, Claire watched this and she's like, "This actually looks interesting."
How?
Okay.
Interesting as in like you want to know what the person was thinking.
Once that Japanese culture makes it into your house, you're gonna be stuck with it. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna be buying Persona next thing you know.
Oh gosh.
I'm just kidding. Anyways,
can we skip the next one? Because honestly,
I mean, it's just another expansion to Elder Scrolls.
Crazy popular game, yeah.
Okay, fine. Crazy popular.
It's fair, yeah. Like I'm not a huge fan of the Elder Scroll games.
I thought they were bringing The Witcher into the game when I saw this trailer because it just looked like a Witcher, and then I realized, this isn't what this is.
I understand that
you seriously don't think this dude looks like a Witcher?
No, he doesn't. He looks like an elf, Chris.
Okay, he looks like a Witcher to me.
No, he looks like an elf.
He's got white hair and a cool sword. He's a Witcher.
He also has a weird crown. He's clearly an elf, Chris. Anyways. I just hate the fact that this seems to have detracted from new Elder Scrolls games. Yeah. And so I resent this game. Personal opinion. I have a lot of resentment to it.
Valve can't count to 3, and then Bethesda and Rockstar can't count to 6. So,
apparently.
Or 5, because not every game's on 6, Chris.
I was talking about specifically Elder Scrolls and GTA.
Isn't it a bit obscene that we went the whole generation without a new Elder Scrolls game?
No, dude, we got Skyrim like 6 times. It's all good.
It's not new.
No, you're absolutely right. So this game and Fallout 76 replaced a new Fallout.
But a new Fallout game came out.
New.
A Fallout game came out in PS4.
Okay, I understand.
What, 76? That doesn't count.
No, an actual Fallout. Yeah.
Oh, to start the generation, yeah.
Yeah. So,
but wasn't that also on last gen?
It was
That's
on
what he's talking about.
PS4.
He's talking about
it was on PS4 though.
Yeah, I thought
it came out new, brand new on PS4.
Yeah,
I thought it co-launched on PS3.
I don't give a crap if it co-launched. It was brand new on PS4.
So you consider Breath of the Wild a brand new game for the Switch, then, don't you?
Yes.
Because it co-launched on the Wii.
But I don't think it co-launched. I don't know what you're talking about. It didn't launch.
It was brand new.
Maybe it didn't. Maybe I'm misremembering.
Okay, but Chris, it was released during the life cycle of the Switch.
Chris has to reword your sentences slightly so he can argue with you.
I know.
No, I just don't know if it. I thought for some reason I thought 4 was on the Xbox.
I don't care if it was developed with the previous generation heavily in mind. I'm just saying it was a new release during the life cycle of said console.
Mm-hmm.
And Elder Scrolls never had a new release. They just remastered and said mods. Like, come on.
All right, so this one obviously I don't.
Okay, you're right. It did not launch on the 360 or the PS3. You're right.
The only thing
Andrew,
that I find interesting about this is that it's a Blizzard game.
Well, I'm not an Overwatch.
I wonder what caused them to make a second one, because like, why? Look, Fortnite 2 doesn't exist for a reason. Like, why do we need a second live service game in the same exact stupid genre?
Why can't it just be an update? That's why.
I don't understand.
Do either of you even play Overwatch? Why are you getting so excited about this?
I'm not excited.
No, I mean, like,
I think
you're upset about
feels
it.
Like,
no, because it doesn't. It's pointless. Will I'm upset on the principle.
That Valve made. That's just like this. Team Fortress. This feels like Team Fortress.
But why would you make a second? Why make a second game when you can just release?
The only reason you build a brand new one is if you need to build it in a new engine. That's the only reason.
Well, the original pitch was they were going to have a campaign associated with this, like a really, really big one, and they actually just canceled that recently.
Okay, so my question is, even to Chris's point, when you have to remake it for the new engine, why not just make it look like an update?
Yeah, also, Sea of Thieves. There's no Sea of Thieves 2, and they're still updating that since like 2015. That's a great game. And I think it's a good example of they've updated the engine too.
It's just
live service games do nothing for me. I don't care. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, but the game's free, correct?
I think it is. But you've missed the point of what I would bring up, the fact that it's a Blizzard game. Microsoft's trying to buy that company in Activision, and they actually had the balls of putting it into their
presentation. Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe it's it says
it
Xbox.
Just says, it does not
exclusive.
say PC. What?
Yeah, maybe it's an exclusive one for. That might be the hidden thing there. It's an exclusive.
Yes.
New Overwatch 2 to Xbox.
So I think that's really interesting, and also it's August 10th, and it's pretty good indication that Xbox will close that deal by then and just say F it to the UK.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good point, Will. I will. That explains why there's a version 2 now. It's Xbox's version.
This is a really strange game since it rolled into this video.
Persona. I know
you don't care, but I want to explain.
This also looks like a straight up cartoon. Look at these character models.
It's the chibi art style. I don't care for that art style anymore at all.
This totally looks like your game, though, Chris. I don't know what you're talking about. So
here's I'm excited for one reason and one reason only.
Persona.
No. They're doing something new with it. So like it's not. Everybody thought this was going to be Persona 5 Tournament, which would have been like a Persona 4 Arena, except in Persona 5, which would have been like a fighter game, like Blaze Blue, Cross Tag Battle, that kind of stuff. Or like think about like a Soul Calibur kind of thing. Well, instead, they're doing a strategy RPG like Fire Emblem. So this is basically grid-based Persona.
I just love the fact, though, that you said they're doing something new with it, and my first reaction is, yeah, they're just not releasing it on a new console.
No, this is on the Xbox Series X.
No, I'm saying I'm saying it's not a re-release of the same exact game that you've already played for the.
This is not a re-release. Yeah, this is a brand new game.
Yeah.
And in fact, nobody knew this game was even coming. This is very wild. Very different.
This is going to offend at least Chris, but my opinion of this Persona IP is they milked the shit out of it.
That does not offend me at all.
I would feel
milk this thing
abused.
down to nothing.
This is like abuse. I don't know what to say, but Persona, they just abuse you.
So because Persona sells so much better than Shin Megami Tensei, they basically said, all right, we have these games on the 3DS. It was the Devil Survivor games, I'm pretty sure. And they basically just took that engine and put Persona in it and built this game instead. So if you like Devil Survivor, this is basically a big FU from Atlas.
And
I do like those games. I played them on the 3DS. They're really nice. They're really good games, actually.
But
this is just a big FU.
I don't think milking is the right reference. It's more like a press, like a wine press or an olive oil press. They're just squeezing every ounce of money out of Chris.
I hope you realize I'm not like the only person that plays these games.
I know, but I'm
the only person you know. That's where you're at. I'm the only person.
Here's the issue: you tell us that you know all these other people who also collect it for every console release.
You're not wrong, but that wasn't always the case. So prior to this generation, they only released their games in like one console each, which was super nice because I would just buy PlayStation and I could buy basically every single Atlas game. Well, now they're on the Switch, the Xbox, the PlayStation, PC. Shoot, pretty much everything has Persona now, which makes it way more difficult to even consider collecting the games. So like it was nice when
it makes
it
it
was
easier for everyone
console.
else to play them.
It makes it, I don't have any issue with that at all. I just hate the fact that for a collector, this is going to hurt your wallet significantly, which is why I'm not doing it anymore. That's why I still collect all the Fire Emblem games because they're on a single console.
Just think, Chris, it dramatically boosts the value of the collection if you do collect
it
them
actually
all.
hurts the collection. The only thing that helps my collection at this point is that the older games that I own are significantly more expensive than when I bought them. I bought the Persona 1 on the PS1 for like, I think I paid like $100 to $200 for it. Now it's worth like $600.
But here's the question: would you ever sell it?
I'm considering it, yes.
Because you've given up on collecting them all?
Because I don't know when I'm ever going to play it. That's the problem. Anyways, it's more of a depressing thing than it is anything else. So
Fair enough.
All right. I don't know what this even is. Descent?
Yeah, this one did not appeal to me.
Oh no! So earlier when I said the art style didn't appeal to me at all. This is the one I was thinking of. This art style doesn't.
Well, I looked at that weird blue thing in his backpack.
Oh God, I didn't even notice that.
Merchandise.
Is that a turtle?
Yeah,
it's a merchandise element. That's all it is, Chris.
Hey,
is this geared towards younger kids or something?
Your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea.
Well, then my bet is
this game might surprise me. Because, Zelda has weird art styles like this occasionally, but right now it's doing nothing for me.
This art style is not the weirdest thing. The creature in his backpack is the weirdest thing.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie Splice with Adrian Brody?
Yeah. That's a weird movie.
Yeah, that thing looks just like the weird-ass creature in the beginning.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, look it up, man.
The art style for the... Okay, the art style for the environment is fine. The art style for the characters is whack. And I think that... So... Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not into a rock climbing simulator looking thing, so.
I mean, it's very much taking after Tomb Raider with all the Tomb Raider stuff that has come out, but it's like the weirdest art style possible.
It's also like Uncharted, honestly.
Well, Uncharted and Tomb Raider are basically the same game. Like, I'll say it. They basically are the same game.
Uncharted's better.
This Still Wakes the Deep was more interesting to me. This game looked pretty neat. I actually would consider playing this.
I wasn't interested until I heard the spooky animal noises in the end. And then I'm like, oh, horror game. I'm in.
Do you know what game? It's spooky animal noises. You know what game I found out was actually in my library this whole time and I've never played it?
What?
Biomutant. Apparently I've had that for like 3 years.
Are you kidding me? Did I give you that game?
No, I have it on PlayStation. I got it from PS Plus. And I just didn't know it.
I do not recommend.
I know you said that's why I didn't end up actually downloading it because I was like, Will didn't say it was any good, so I guess I'm not gonna play it.
It's so weird.
So this feels to me like a horror. This feels like Subnautica, except you're not in the water.
I like the style. It's a good looking style.
Because this is in the middle of an ocean, isn't it?
Yeah, so as soon as he closed that door, it makes like a spooky, like Cthulhu noise. I'm like, oh, I'm in now. So
Yeah, it feels like a very good horror
Yeah.
on the
Definitely.
ocean game.
If it's almost more zombie-esque where you're fighting stuff instead of just always running away, it might be better.
Yep.
I think
But if
it'd
it's
be
not like
really funny.
zombies-
It'd be really funny to stream this with me playing it because I would get spooked out as all get out.
Okay, so this game, I was more excited in the beginning because I was like, oh, it's an expansion to Hi-Fi Rush, which I actually really enjoyed. And it looks,
And then you found out it's not.
it's not. But as it was going along, like, I could see myself playing this. This looks like just an easy game.
I still refuse to play Hi-Fi Rush. Don't care.
Why?
You just, Chris just puts a stake in a stand for no reason. It's because
I'm
I
not-
said that he would like it, and then he's like, I don't like anime games.
I don't like anime games. That is a fact.
Dude, we just got done talking about Persona. What would you consider
Yeah.
that?
It's not because it's anime. That's not why I like it.
Oh my gosh! And that's not why Will's saying you would like this per se. It's the style of anime game you would like. He thinks.
No,
Yes.
But you don't hate anime games either, now do you, Chris?
I prefer more realistic games.
Okay,
Oh
but
my
your
gosh.
favorite game ever is Persona.
No,
so-
my
Yeah,
favorite
and then
game
Chris
ever
is
is
also
Dead
like he's
Rising.
going on about Persona rhythm games. He's like he loves these things. He has golden
No,
trophy or whatever it is.
I platinumed the Persona dancing
Yeah.
games because I was stupid.
Man,
And I was
never
like,
considered
there's a
it.
rhythm
Now
element to
this
this
is the
game.
game. Now
I
this
do
is
not.
the game
Let me
to
just
look
settle this
forward to.
right now for you. I got the trophies for the Persona games on the PlayStation because I was like, oh, maybe I can get all of them. And then I started doing it, and I was like, no, I don't want to do this
Hey
because
man,
I hate
this
the
is
dancing
game.
games.
This is the game to look forward to.
Oh yeah, City
this
Skylines
looks
2
really-
looks
this
cool.
looks
You
really
can build nuclear plants. You see that, Andrew?
Dude,
It's in the trailer.
it was on sale for the first one, and I purchased the crap out of it. Okay, like,
This is like Sim City except good.
yeah, no, the first one is good. This is going to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually looking forward to this.
This is like the flight simulator of city games.
Although this has nothing to do with Xbox. Personal opinion. Like,
I mean, it doesn't. You're right, but
this
No,
is
but it'll
more of
be
a
on Game Pass.
PC game.
it's still gonna be on Game Pass though.
I don't care. This is a PC game.
I mean, you can get mouse and keyboard on Xbox
Okay.
now, so Xbox is basically a PC at this point.
Yes. I mean, that's what I always wanted to be.
Yeah, I mean, honest to God, it's the cheapest PC, it's the cheapest gaming PC you can buy.
The only problem I have, and you'll quickly recognize this if you ever play it, is that this is a. If I'm not mistaken, it's with Paradox, right?
Can you drop
And-
Godzilla in there?
No, but the problem with this game is the fact that they milk you for every DLC. Ever.
Oh,
Mm.
This is you get really milked.
not
so.
if you got Game Pass.
I
I'm
don't
just
know
kidding,
if it
I
works
do.
that way.
I'm just kidding.
I think it might because most
Maybe it
games will
does.
have the DLC.
Honestly, for Paradox games alone, I would probably get a Game Pass.
Is Paradox the one that does that other one you really like?
Crusader Kings? Yeah.
that's them, right?
Oh yeah,
They
Crusader
also
Kings
do
3
Europa and-
is in Game Pass.
Is it really?
I've told you this. I thought this was the game you guys are talking about. I was like, oh my gosh, it's all played on Game Pass, and you're like, no, it's Crusader Kings 2.
No, well, we
yeah.
can play 3 if you
Crusader
wanted.
Kings 2 is also very cheap, Will.
Crusader Kings 2 is free, Will. That's the
Yeah.
key. It is a
You
free
can
game.
get-
right
you
now.
can get-
You can get every DLC ever released for Crusader Kings 2 for like $20.
Okay. Real
Or you
quick,
can get it for free.
don't say
but-
anything, Chris. Andrew, once this actually has gameplay, I want you to tell me what this looks like. Don't say anything, Chris.
It's an anime game.
Yes, but what does it look exactly like?
What does it look exactly like?
Another series that we just saw.
Oh, Persona.
The only
Freaking
place
Persona.
Stop.
Yeah.
The only place where this even remotely looks like Persona is in the character models, and that's it.
Just
Nothing
all
else.
of it. The menus, the little dialogue things.
No, this looks more like
From the creators of Persona, obviously.
no. It is. This is so. Hold on. I'm kind of I'm actually slightly disappointed in this. To be honest with you, let me get to it real quick.
Because it doesn't have Persona in the title.
Yeah, exactly.
No, this game was teased forever ago, and I was excited for it because it was supposed to be a medieval RPG,
Well,
and that's not what this is.
Well, he's upset because it doesn't have Persona in the title.
Yeah.
Can I explain my reason before you guys just crap all over it?
We're not actually crapping over it.
Here we go.
We're laughing about your reaction.
Here's the trailer from 5 years ago. I was expecting something much cooler.
Okay.
You know, it's got a fantasy world, blah, blah. It was supposed to be like they're going to redefine the medieval genre. That was exactly what they were supposed to have been doing. And that is not what they did. They made like almost a medieval steampunk thing, and that's not what they advertised.
You know what game was going to do really well for
What's
that concept, but never got made? And it's on your favorite. It was going to be on your favorite console ever.
Scalebound?
No.
Scalebound, I was hoping was going to come out.
Ruin.
I don't remember that one.
That was the dungeon thing that was going to be on the Vita. That was going to have a lot of crossplay with the PlayStation 3.
I do remember.
And you and your friends were going to be able to like go and raid each other's dungeons and crap. And you could set up traps that people would have to like solve and beat. That game looked so cool and never got released. And it was actually a driving reason I purchased a Vita.
Yeah, this is what
this actually looks so much better.
I know. Yeah. When they showed this off like 5 years ago, I was super excited. And then they showed off whatever the heck this is supposed to be.
Well, they animate it for Japanese style, and that's my problem with it.
I mean, to be fair, this still could be a decent game, but this is not what they advertised. This is a totally different thing than what they actually just released.
Oh, actually, pause on this. Okay, look at her outfit and go back to the other video. Oh, I thought she had the hat on. Never mind. I'm just misremembering.
Well, it might have been somewhere else in the video.
There's multiple characters here. Hold on, let me see if I can... They have a handshake with like 6 different characters. Hold on.
I'm just not a fan of the art style.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Now, I will say...
Yeah, they did have the character with the hat. But, you know... The game that they advertised to me looks more like Lost Odyssey, Lost something on the Xbox, which was like more of a medieval, futuristic steampunky thing, and that's what I was kind of hoping Atlas would do, because it'd be so far out of left field from what they're normally doing, and instead we get basically Shin Megami Tensei in a new age city with medieval artifacts involved.
Go back to the trailer.
I mean, this just looks so much more like something I would play.
Well, this is a live action trailer. I don't know what
Yeah, this is not what.
But like, go to the art. Like, okay, I really just don't like this art style, and it's everything to do with the characters and their clothing. I just can't. I can't.
This is like, will I probably try this? Sure, if it goes on sale at some point, but I can't do it. Like, this doesn't appeal to me in the way that the original reveal trailer did. I'm not excited.
Yeah. Hey, Will, I'll happily say that while I don't hate animated games, I do hate anime games. Like,
yeah, for the most part, I do too.
I'm okay with animated games, but quote unquote anime games, I'm not signing up for that.
This feels like a lot of art styles were mixed, and it's not.
Does it though? It looks very consistent art wise.
No, it's not. It's bizarre to me. Like, hold on.
Let's go back
to the cityscape. Let's go back to the cityscape. There was a point here. Yeah. See. No. Yeah. See, this just doesn't match to me.
You're right.
There's no consistent art style here.
It's not even about the art style. It's what's the time period. Please explain.
Let me just explain. You've got the sepia-toned cityscape, and then you've got this like brightly, highly contrasted and saturated character in the middle of it. It makes no sense. The art is not consistent, and I would have expected better out of Studio Zero.
It sounds like they needed to fire the character designers.
Oh, hell no. These are some of the best character designers Atlas has. I just don't know what they're doing.
They're amazing, but they suck.
Yeah.
No, when you look at Persona 5, that is just stop for a second. When you look at Persona 5, you may not like the game, but from an art standpoint, that is one of the best designed from an art standpoint games ever made.
If you enjoy that kind of art style.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, nobody can deny how consistently good that art style looks.
How about we go back to City Skylines 2?
That game looks beautiful.
Did we see all of them already?
That's all of them. Yeah,
that's all of them. But like, this game does look very good.
Yeah, no, I'll give you. It looks
and
beautiful.
I think that there's not that many games that compete with it.
I will say
on its own right now.
The fact that this is in engine and I didn't realize it the first time I watched it is just a testament to how well it's made.
And if it lets you zoom in more, I mean, right now, because I think that's needed. I'm a fan of the first one, but there's definitely things that could be made better. I also feel like with the first game that I'm missing out a lot because I didn't buy the bajillion DLCs because I don't feel like spending like $200. Let me confirm for the audience how much all the DLC actually costs. The whole bundle of City Skylines collection is $320.
Dang, that's a lot.
For the entire bundle. Jeez. And that's because there's 53 items involved in that bundle. So that's a bit excessive to me, but...
All right, well, final thoughts on the showcase.
So I think, what was your biggest, let's do this. What was your biggest hit and biggest miss? One each.
City Skylines.
That was your biggest hit?
Okay, I'm being a little sarcastic there. I love the game.
That could be your biggest hit, Andrew. I'm not taking that away from you. Just pick.
No. Like if I'm just saying I'm going to buy that game, but it's not like actually part of the showcase, in my opinion.
Pick one that's your favorite, the biggest hit that you think is going to do like the best. Or
yeah. I'm not saying pick your favorite. Don't pick the best game in the series because I mean,
what's
going to sell
actually,
the best?
I'm
probably the Series S with 1 terabyte will sell the best.
I'm stuck between two. Right, my personal like niche favorite is going to be City Skylines 2.
Okay.
But that Clockwork game is one that I would definitely buy that first out of all the games on this.
Okay, how about this? Your favorite game on the list, the biggest surprise for you, and the biggest miss. 3 games. So you got City Skylines your favorite on the list. You said the Clockwork's probably your biggest surprise.
Yeah, it beats out Avowed. That would be the second place. My biggest miss is I'm gonna have to say that 33 Immortals thing because it was ridiculous.
I mean it's an indie game. I don't know if I count it, but I'll agree. It was kind of worse on the list.
If I have to give it to a real title, I'll say I'm still going to. I'm just going to say that I don't have high expectations for Starfield still.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just don't. It's not enough. It's just not enough.
All right, well, your turn.
What was the 3 things I have to say?
Biggest surprise, biggest hit, and biggest miss.
I would say the biggest surprise again was the Clockwork game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very much looking forward to that. I didn't again. No one knew what they're working on. That looks very interesting to me. Biggest hit, I want to say Fable, but they didn't show gameplay. So
I feel like we're in the same place we were like 3 years ago because they just showed another trailer.
Yeah, with that game, I would. Yeah,
that's a valid point.
I mean, that's I essentially said that. What's the list of games again? Just go through them real quick.
I'm scrolling. You can always look it up yourself. But
I mean,
I can't believe I'm saying this. I think the biggest hit is going to be Starfield.
Ugh.
I know, but after that directive, when you actually watch it, and like, oh my gosh, this is going to be much more appealing than I thought it was going to be.
The biggest hit on the list is your biggest hit, Will.
Oh, my biggest hit.
I don't care about what people buy. I care about Will buys.
Yeah, because if you're asking that, then
Starfield will win.
Then I would have to say Fable's the biggest failure instead of Starfield because they didn't actually give us anything new, really. But,
no. But
Hellblade. There you go. That's the biggest one. I'm super pumped for that game.
Okay.
Neat.
For me, the biggest surprise. I mean, I guess it was spoiled for me that they were doing the Persona 3 remake because everybody said for a long time it was going to happen. So I'm not going to pick that one. For me, probably the biggest surprise has to be the biggest surprise and biggest disappointment for me is probably RE Fantasy. It was supposed to be this really cool medieval thing. They were going to revitalize the fantasy genre, and they just it was a huge miss for me. I think this game is going to suck. Or maybe not suck. Let me rephrase that. The game will probably still be good, but it's
just not what you expected.
It's not what I want. I was hoping for an Atlas medieval RPG game, and that's not what we're getting. We're getting some weird steampunky medieval mixture thing. That is just not what I was hoping for. I mean, if I wanted to play this weird steampunk RPG, I'd just play Lost Odyssey because I already have that game and I've got all the DLC for it. The biggest hit for me then, it's probably still Persona 3 Reload. Honestly, like it's either that one or it's Clockwork. Both of those are really good looking games.
Okay, just say Clockwork, bro. Just say Clockwork because of the simple fact that that's something that.
Well, I'll say this: Metaphor Refantasy, whatever the heck that is, that's my miss. My surprise was the Clockwork game. That was my biggest surprise. I'll probably buy that one. It looks so darn good. And then I guess my biggest hits are some combination of Persona 3 and that one.
Yeah, and also to be fair, I'm going to play Sea of Thieves first.
That's not to say I won't like Fable, but they didn't do anything for me here.
Avowed looked good though.
Mm-hmm.
Avowed looks cool. I just know that's a game because it's in the same vein as Elder Scrolls, so I'm probably not going to play it.
Mm.
I've owned multiple Elder Scrolls games. Ask me if I've ever finished one.
Yeah, well, I think
what does it mean to finish one? Please explain.
I've never completed the actual storyline that's there in any of the games.
You probably should take a different look at this. Their games feel very different. They feel much better than Bethesda games. I'm not gonna lie. I like the Obsidian games better.
Well, I've played an Obsidian game. I played KOTOR 2. I like that one.
That's totally different though. That's like
I know that. I'm just saying I have played an Obsidian game.
Yeah. Okay.
If you guys were interested in knowing that City Skylines 2 has an Ultimate Edition for pre-order, which gives you access to a certain number of expansions that are already pre-planned, and it's retailing for $90.
Does that include all the ones that already came out?
No, this is for number 2, which is being released.
So number 1 is the one that had $320.
Yeah, so it comes with an expansion pass that gives you 8 extra items. So they claim you save 22% by pre-purchasing the Ultimate Edition. Yeah,
I'm just not interested in that game right now. It looks cool. It would have been right up my alley when I had tons of time to play games when I was like a young adult.
It's
but
definitely
now that I have 4 little responsibilities called children. There's no way I'd have the time to put in to this game where I'd feel like it was worth it.
Here's the thing: I will probably end up I might shamelessly buy that. With the
if you want to stream that, and Will and I can just crap on your city you build while you do it.
I mean, we could build a city together if you wanted. I don't care. It looks really interesting. But
Make sure
also
you put 6 nuclear plants in the same town.
It's okay. I'm looking at it right now on Steam, and it's I don't know. I'm definitely going to pre-order it probably, and it's a good de-stress type of game. Just chill and then lose track of a couple hours of your life. That's definitely what that game is, and I will shamelessly admit that I have done that once or twice already after buying the first one. So
yeah, I think my biggest complaint with the games that I actually like on this list is why on earth are we going back to the weird chibi art style for Persona 5 Tactica? Because that could have just been in the regular art style, and I think it would do much better.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason why we're doing chibi again. I don't understand.
Hey, Chris.
I don't know who likes that, but I'm not a huge fan of it.
When it comes to anime in general, anime games in general, I have
but there's a big difference between... Just stop. There's a big difference between this art's... Well, that's not what I meant. This art's... Look at this. This looks like real, like almost
Okay, yeah,
real.
that's good. That's good. That's decent.
So, but then you look at this, and this is completely different.
Okay. Chris.
This is very different.
Okay,
I'm not a huge fan of this.
Well, you understand the nuance to this that I've put in here, right? I don't hate animated games. Yeah. I really don't like anime games. Mm-hmm. Like that last one where you shit on the art style because you don't like it.
It's inconsistent.
Well, it's not even just inconsistent. I just really don't like that style. Okay,
I mean, they could refine it. They fixed Soul Hackers 2 wound up looking really good by the time they finished it, but this doesn't look good to me.
Well, they have like a weird flowy thing to all the characters. I don't like it. I just don't.
I will probably play Persona 3 Reload. I will probably at least try the Persona 5 Tactica. I don't know that I'm gonna buy Refantasy or whatever the hell that is, because it's not what I was expecting. But that's where I'm at.
Well, yeah.
But anyways, I'm all good. I think the showcase was far stronger than PlayStation's recent one was. If I had to grade this one, it would get a B+. This one would get a B+ for me.
Well, I'm surprised by the things that that have leaked and we know exist, but weren't in the showcase.
Like what?
So we know there's a Gears collection coming.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Gears 6 is coming. There's a Fable collection coming.
Is there?
Yeah, there is.
I didn't hear about that one. Maybe I can finally get all the
Machine
Games.
Machine Games is working on a game. No one knows what it is. But it could be Wolfenstein 3. It could be a new Quake game.
Who's doing the Fable collection?
I don't know. I don't know what
that's a question. That's a question mark for me.
But the thing is, Phil Spencer also kind of let the cat out of the bag on this one, because he was giving that interview right after Redfall hit, saying that he was excited about the games coming because there's collections coming. So he said a couple games and then collections, and you're like, okay, well then that lines up with these leaks about a Fable collection and a Gears collection that we've known about now for a couple of years.
A Fable collection makes so much sense.
It really does. So again, I'm kind of shocked that those games were not mentioned in this. And then also, Indiana Jones is coming, and there's a new movie coming out this year, so you think they would at least mention it.
The Indiana Jones game isn't far enough along. I mean, they did that the design CGI thing they did a couple weeks
3 years ago. So you'd think there'd be something they could show, be like, hey,
it's still not far enough along. I've heard from some pretty good sources that that's not far enough along yet.
Chris asked himself in the mirror.
No. I know some people that said it's not far enough along yet. Because I was wondering about that too.
And again, like I said, there's 23 studios, and we only heard from a couple of them. So it's just interesting to me that
there's going to be another showcase in the fall. I think they said maybe around the time the Series S 1 terabyte comes out.
There has to be another one, because especially the Gears games they're done. So I don't understand why they're not here.
They're waiting for when they need to release.
Yeah.
That's probably a holiday release, Will.
They're waiting to time the market.
I've heard that there's probably going to be another showcase around the August-September timeframe, gearing up for November, because that's when they sell a lot of their stuff is November.
They don't want to put it out and have people get tired of it existing by the time.
So if anything, I would bet you they'll sell all these collections for the holiday release schedule. So like Fable will have a holiday release schedule for the collection, followed up with the new Fable coming out next year.
Yeah, that would make so much sense. Or release the collection early next year and then have the Fable, the new Fable come out in 2025.
I think it makes way more sense to release it in the holiday season. So maybe they do it 2024 holiday, but probably this year. Gears probably this year. Maybe the Halo collection will come out.
Hey, I think before we leave, though, we should also just bounce back real quick to that Overwatch 2.
Nobody cares. I'm just kidding.
No, just what Will was saying. How it kind of comes off as if it might be
confirming.
It might be confirming
the purchase.
The actual purchase, but also kind of implying that there could be exclusivities involved with this.
Yes.
The entire purpose, because there's probably so many deals with Overwatch 1, right? That now when they put a 2 behind it, it's a new game.
This could be fighting back against, the fact that Bungie is owned by PlayStation, and that's a huge MMO.
Well, what's funny is that all of these regulation bodies are not complaining about Microsoft making all of these exclusive. The only thing the CMA had a problem was the cloud gaming aspect, which doesn't even make sense. So they shot themselves in the foot, because now Xbox was like, well, no one cares about these being exclusive.
Right.
I don't think that they will do that, because they will lose a lot of money.
I could see this being made exclusive, though.
Hey, they only care about Activision. Nobody cares about Blizzard.
Yeah, well, everyone was talking about Call of Duty. It's the only game that people talk about. It's like that's not even the biggest moneymaker that Xbox would be buying.
No, it's Candy Crush.
It is Candy Crush.
Which that's already on phones exclusively.
That's a ridiculous amount of money. I can't understand why people are so obsessed with Candy Crush.
Well, considering that middle-aged people can play it without any effort to learn new gaming controls.
I see kids play it all the time, like younger, like
teenagers. I want to admit right now, I have never played Candy Crush ever.
I've played it once and I hated it.
I played it once or twice, but I was just like, it wasn't for me.
I don't play games loaded with advertisements.
Is the definition of doom scrolling in a game?
The closest thing to an advertisement game I've played is Clash of Clans, and that was just in-game advertising for other stuff in the game.
Yeah.
So, that's the closest I've ever gotten to playing a free-to-play advertising-supported game.
Yeah, again, it just says Xbox. That's so interesting.
Right?
It is. I agree. It's very interesting.
But it did talk about something to do with Game Pass, still, I thought, in the thing about unlocks.
I don't know. I've got the volume off, so I can't
tell. No, I'm saying it showed a screen where it talked about skins or something.
It probably will. Overwatch 2
unlocking characters if you have it through Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it was saying. So it might be an exclusive thing through Game Pass still. So you can only get it on Xbox console, maybe, but.
Oh, one last thing, I guess, real quick. We don't know how many of these games are truly exclusive that are from third parties. So, for example, both of the Persona games and probably Project RE Fantasy, those will probably be on PlayStation and PC.
Most of these games... Well, okay, let's be honest. If you have a PC, none of these games are exclusive.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they'll be on... Persona 3 will probably be on Nintendo and PlayStation. And Persona 5 Tactical will probably also be on PlayStation and Switch. I would be shocked if they're not.
I mean, even City Skylines could be on PlayStation potentially.
Does the PS5 allow for mouse and keyboard yet?
Yes, I thought.
Okay, then maybe it could be. Yeah, I would say if it doesn't have mouse and keyboard, it's not worth playing on that console.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it does currently. They added support a long time ago for mouse and keyboard though to like PS4, so I assume they brought it over.
Okay, probably.
So
anything else for you guys from this direct?
Yeah, just really quick. So circling back to a point that Chris made in the very beginning about Halo.
Oh, yeah.
It is kind of surprising that they didn't bring up the, worst kept secret in the industry that Crystal Dynamics, no, not Crystal Dynamics.
The Warzone thing they're doing?
Yeah, the Warzone, or whatever that's going to be. What studio is doing that?
Crystal Dynamics. Didn't you just say that?
No, it's not Crystal Dynamics. I was wrong.
It's the I know exactly who you're talking about now.
It's the guy who made the multiplayer for Halo.
Gosh, who the heck was that? I know exactly what you're talking about now. Gosh darn it. Will, why do you do this to me? Not I don't want to know about the WHO. What the heck? Who is making the Halo?
Certain Affinity. There you go.
Yes.
Certain Affinity.
Starts with a C.
Yep. Anyway,
the other
I'm
one
surprised
that
that hasn't been brought up.
Perfect Dark didn't make a debut either. I was expecting that one.
That one's going to be further behind than the game that you were saying. Indiana Jones would be further behind than that game.
Probably, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I was surprised it didn't get at least a CGI trailer to remind us that it's a game and it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's all I've got. You guys got anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Nothing.
Definitely tune in this week when we do go live. When we do go live, we will be talking about Prince Caspian for the Printed and Pressed podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I've got, folks. As always, I'm Chris.
Well, that's going to be on Wednesday.
It's going to be on Wednesday. Got
Yeah.
it. Could be at 9, could be at 9:30. It depends on Will. But as always, I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
I'm Andrew.
And we will see you
on the next
podcast.
Gosh, darn it.
I hate it. You should